Hello guys, let us do today Cambridge Secondary 1 Checkpoint April 2019 paper 2. You know the code 111202. So time allocated is an hour for this, and as this is paper 2, you all know that you need calculator for that, geometrical instruments and tracing paper optional. Wherever you need you can use that. And about the instructions, until now you all know the instructions, but still you can see and you can take a screenshot and go through that. So let's start. Question 1. Temperature can be measured in degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Here is a function to change degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit. We are given degree Celsius times 1.8 plus 32 gives you temperature in Fahrenheit. Use the function to change 25 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. So we are going to use the same operation, same function that is given to us. It is 25 degrees Celsius times 1.8 here, then we will add 32. So the answer will be the temperature in Fahrenheit. So let's see by using calculator. 25 times 1.8 gives you 45 plus 32, which is 77. So answer will be 77 here. 77 degree Fahrenheit already given to us. Part B, complete the inverse function. So we have this inverse function. The same rule we will be using here from to Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. So we are going from here to this way. So you can see first you have here it was times, then it was plus. So now we are going back, so we will subtract. It will be minus 32, and reverse operation of multiplication is division. So divided by 1.8. So this is inverse function. Now question number 2. Work out 14 squared plus 29, 3 times 2 squared minus 7. So this can be done step by step, or directly you can use calculator, but it's better you use step by step. 14 squared, it's 196 plus 29 over, then you have here 3 times this 2 times 2 is 4 minus 7. So then it will be, when you add this, you will get 225. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. So this, when you divide it, 5 times 4 and 5 times 5, 45. It gives you 45. Number 3. A teacher keeps a record of how many times Mike arrives late to school. The results are shown in the tally chart here. Use the result to estimate the probability that Mike arrives late to school. Draw a ring around your answer. Now late, this is column of late, and this is on time. Late how many times? As you know, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5, it is 15. So how many days he comes late? 15. He comes late 15 out of how many? There is 5 more here. 15 plus 5. So that means probability of coming late is 15 divided by 20. 20 is total number of school days. 15 plus 5. This is when you simplify this, divide by 5, it's 3. Divide by 5. 5 times 4 and 5 times 3. So 3 over 4. So we will circle this option here. Question 4. The population of a city is given to us. Round the population to the nearest 1000. So we have to round it to nearest 1000. So let's say first the position of the 1000. Ones, tens, hundred and thousand. So we need to see the number next to this. So you can see this is 1000 place 248,000. So this 6 is more than 5, so we'll round up. So we will add 1 here. So our answer will become 249. Then these digits we are going to make it 0. So this is our final answer, 249,000. Part B, the city covers an area of 52.747 square kilometers. Round the area to 1 decimal place. Now we need 1 decimal place. So for 1 decimal place we need up to here. Let's see what is next here. So the next digit is less than 5. So it is less than 5, so we are not going to add anything here. So our answer will remain 52.7 square kilometers. Question number 5. The diagram shows a shape drawn on a square grid. We have this shape here. Let's see the question. Reflect the shape in the mirror line. So we need to reflect this, and this is the mirror line given to us. So we can easily use tracing paper for this. So for the tracing paper, so you just put your tracing paper here, then you trace the shape like this, and now this is the mirror line. So from the mirror line we are going to reflect this shape on the other side like this. This will give us exactly, this is our mirror line here. So we are gonna fold from the mirror line like this. So this will show you like how you are going to get the shape. So this is coming down here, so that means our this point is here. Then the other one is, you can see shape is going this way. Okay, so this side, then here. So downwards there are, so you can see, let me show you again. So you can see this here. So this point is coming here like this, like this. So let me just draw it for you. So 2 squares down here, these squares are coming down here. Then there are 3 squares here like this, 3 squares here, and this is 1 square like this. So this is the shape after reflection. Please use ruler for this. Question 6. A line is drawn on a grid. You can see there is a line here. Draw a ring around the equation of the line. So we need to find out equation of the line. So you can see all these points are for x. So this is x equals to 4 here. So this is x equals to 4, x equal 4 at this point. So wherever you go on this line, this is x equals to 4. So the equation of line is x equals to 4. We will circle this here. Part B. Draw a line y equals to 2 on the grid. So we need to look where is y2. y2 is here. Here is y2, y2, y2. All these points are y2. So we are just gonna draw a line over here. So this is line y equals to 2. So that's it for this question. Question number 7. This is a scale drawing of a garden. So we are given this garden here, and scale is given to us 1 centimeter represents 2 meters. The question is, there is a circular pond in the garden. So we can see that here in the diagram. By measuring, find the diameter of the pond in the real life. So we need to find out the length of the diameter in real life. So first let's measure the diameter. So as you know, the diameter is a line that passes through the center, and endpoints on the circle. So if you measure this here, this is approximately 3.2. So diameter here is 3.2 centimeters. So now as you can see, we are given scale here. 1 centimeter represents 2 meters. So 3.2 centimeters will represent how many meters? This is our question. So you can see, we can just cross multiply here to find out the value. So real life diameter will be 3.2 times 2, which is 6.4 meters. So in answer column we are going to write down 6.4 meters. Part B, the owners want to build a shed in the garden. The shed measures 3 meters by 4 meters. Draw the shed on the diagram. So let's start. We need to look for the scale. Scale is 1 centimeter represent, like let me write here, 1 centimeter is equal to 2 meters. Now we need 3 meters. So 3 meters, how many centimeters? You just cross multiply 3 times 1. So this length will be 3 times 1 over 2, which is 1.5. So the other one again, 1 centimeter equals to 2 meters. So we need actually 4 meters. So you can see it's times 2, or you can just cross multiply. So this will be 2 centimeters. So we need a rectangle measure with the measurement. We need a rectangle with the measurements of length 2 centimeters and width should be 1.5 centimeter. So he said draw the shed on the diagram. So here we can draw it. We can draw it anywhere because we are not given any other condition. So our length is 2. So I can take 2 here, 2 centimeters. This side is 1.5. So 1.5 is here. So make sure this is 2 here. Yeah. So we can just draw a rectangle here. You can even use compass. So this is the shed that measures 1.5 centimeter and this is 2 centimeter. You can position this anywhere in the garden. So question 8. Carl swims 90 lengths of a swimming pool. The swimming pool is 25 meters long. Work out the total distance Carlos swims. So we are given that the swimming pool is 25 meters long. Okay, let's say from here to here, and he swims 90 lengths. Let's say like once, then twice, third, fourth, like this, 90 lengths. So that means how many times he goes around the swimming pool. So one length he covers 25 meters, and in 90 lengths how much will he cover? When you multiply this, you are going to get 2250 meters, but we need answer in kilometers. So divide it by 1000. So you will get 2.25. So that's our final answer, 2.25 kilometers. Part B. Carls either swim on his front or on his back. He swims length on his front and on his back in the ratio. Work out the number of lengths Carl swim on his front. So we are given here front ratio of the back, front on his back. This is 4:1. So work out the number of lengths Carl swim on his front. On front he covers 4. If the ratio is 4, and this is out of 5, which is total of this 4 and 1. And how much is the total length? Total length was, it was 90 lengths, so times 90. So when you simplify, it will be 18 times 4, it is 72. So answer will be, number of lengths is 72 that he swims on his front. Question number 9. The graph shows 4 straight lines. So we have 4 straight lines here, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The question, first part A is, draw a ring around the equation of 2 lines that do not intersect each other. So let's see which lines are not intersecting. If you look here, so this is intersecting line, it intersects these 2 lines, and this is also intersecting this line. So if we look at this line, which is this one, and the other one is here, so these are the 2 lines that they do not intersect. They are, you can see, parallel to each other. So we are going to circle these 2 lines, y equals to 5 minus x, and the other one is x plus y equals to 1. Part B, write down the solution of to these simultaneous equations. Y equals to 2x plus 1 and y equals to 0.5x minus 2. Let's search these equations here. So y equals to 2x plus 1, y equals to 2x plus 1 is this line here, this one here, and the other one is y equals to 0.5 minus 2. 0.5 minus 2, it's this line. So this line goes here and this line. If you see, their intersecting point is this one here. So this will be the solution. We need value of x and y. So let's see what is x. X, if you go along here, x is this -2 and y is here, which is -3. So there is nothing to do. We are just looking for the intersecting point of these 2 lines, which is -2 and -3. So we can directly write down these numbers in the answer. Question 10. This is a semicircular prism. We are given the semicircular prism. Here are the instructions to calculate area S of curved surface of the prism. So area is represented by S here, which is S equals to. We are given these instructions. Write down the formula for S in terms of A and B. So multiply A and B. So that means multiply A and B, and then multiply by pi, then divide by 2. So all this is divided by 2. So this is the formula. So we can directly write it down here, pi a b divided by 2. You can directly just write down like this as it is here. Part B, here is a formula for volume of the prism. So volume is pi ab square over 8. Work out the volume of the prism when A is 7.6 and B is 9.2. So volume is pi times A. A is 7.6 now, and then B squared. B squared is 9.2 squared. Okay, divided by 8. So you can directly use calculator for that. So when you use calculator and do the calculation, so the final answer that I'm getting here, it is 252.61. 252.61 centimeter cubed. Question 11. Pere is solving the equation x squared plus 4x equals to 56 using trial and improvement method. The table shows sum of his working. Here is the value of x. Here is value of the left hand side, x squared plus 4x equals to the values, and then is it big or small, it's written in this column. So the question is complete the final row. So we need to complete this final row here. So as you can see, the value of x we are given here 5.75, 5.75 power, here we are taking from here 5.75 power 2 plus 4 times 5.75. Okay, so we are getting here 56.06, 56.06, which is, we can write down, too big. So first part is done. Part B, write down the solution to the equation x squared plus 4x equal to 56 correct to one decimal place. So now we need to look here for the correct answer. So we can see the answers here. If we look at this table of the values, so we can see from here the nearest value, it should be actually nearest to 56. So if we see the nearer to 56 are these two values, 5.7 and 5.8. So if we see the difference here of let's say this one 55.29, so 56 minus 55.29, so difference is of here, the difference comes out to be 0.71, and the other one 56 and 56.84, this is 84. So which one is nearer here? This one is near out of all these values. So final answer here will be 5.7. So we can write down answer here 5.7. Question number 12. Anastasia is A years old, Blassie is B years old, Manjeet is M years old. Part A, Blassie is older than Manjeet. Draw a ring around the correct inequality. So Blassie's age is B, denoted by B, and Manjeet is M. And he said older, so that means B is greater than M. So we will circle this one here. B is greater than M. Part B, Anastasia is less than half the age of Blassie. This age is denoted by A, and this is equal to this is less than what? Half of age of Blassie. Blassie's age is B. So we got the inequality. So write the statement as an inequality. So A is less than half of B. Number 13. The chart shows information about the number of minutes 85 runners take to run 10 kilometers. So we are given this graph here. Here we have frequency and time in minutes here. Find the percentage of the runner that takes less than an hour. So less than an hour, hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so less than here is from here to here. So this bar represents 10, and this bar represents 15, and this bar represents 20. And so the total number of the runners, that is 10 plus 15 plus 20, and they are out of how many? 85. We are given 85, and we need the percentage, so times 100. So when you simplify, it is 10 plus 15 plus 20, this is equals to 45 over 85 times 100. 45 is times 100 divided by 85. So it gives us 52.9. So this is 52.9. 4 So that is our answer. Now question number 14. Draw the enlargement of triangle A with the scale factor 3 and center C. So we are given center here C, and scale factor is scale factor is 3. So we are going to extend this line 3 times whatever is given to us. So let's extend this line first. All the edges, take the vertices of the edges. I'm taking this vertex of the edge from the center. So draw a line like this, and then take the another edge and just drawing a line. So scale factor is 3. So you can see from here it is how many squares we have. Like this is 1, then 2, then it will be 3. So we need to have scale factor of 3. You can see here from center we have 3 squares, 1, 2, 3. So 3 times 3, that is 9. So we'll count 1, 3 in 3 steps. 1 here, 2, and then 3, step of 3. So our this point will come over here, and then from here also 1, then 2, and then 3. This is here. So then the central one is also like from here we can easily draw this from here. So as you can see, this is 1 square down here from the line, so it should be 3 squares down from here, 1, 2, and 3. So these are our points. So we can draw a diagram from here. Like this. So this is the enlarged shape. You can just count the number of squares, or even you can just measure the distance from here and then you can time it 3. So let me show you that way also. Like from here to this vertex, distance is 1.5. So 1.5 times 3, that is 4.5. So then you can take your point of 4.5 here. So there are 2 ways you can choose any of it. Question 15. Some cars are surveyed to compare engine size in liters with time taken to reach the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. The results are shown on a scatter graph. So we have a scatter graph here. This side we have engine size in liters, and this side we have time in seconds to reach 100 kilometers per hour. So let's see the question. The question is, another car has an engine size of 1.8 liters and take 9.5 seconds to reach 100 kilometers per hour. Add this data to the scatter graph. So we just need to add this information in the graph. 1.8 liters. So liters are here, 1.8 is here, and it takes 9.5. So 9.5 is this one here, between 10 and this. So here, and 1.8. 1.8 is this. So this is the point. 9.5 this way and 1.8. Part B. Use the graph to estimate time taken by a car with engine size of 1.7 liters. So let's see, 1.7 liter is here. So that means this is the gap here, 1.7. We are looking for this line here. So the number can be somewhere here. So let's say this 8. We can take this point also. Yeah, we can take any point here, in the middle somewhere, 1.7. So this is 9. So that can be 9. It can be 9.5, somewhere here ranging, because all the points are here in this range. So we can just write down 9, or it may be 9.5 also. Number 16. Here are 4 lengths. We have 4 lengths given to us. Put them in order from smallest to largest. So you can see all the units are different. The first thing, we need to make the units same. And so this is kilometers, meters, centimeter, millimeter. You can change any unit, so let me make it meters. So if you change it into meters, so we can times it by 1000 here. When you time 1000, it will become 75 meters. This is 7.6 meters already in meters, and if you convert this divide by 100, it will be 0.77 meters. And here from meters, a millimeter to millimeter to meters. So for that we need to first make it into, so divide here by 10 first, it will become centimeters, so that is 78 centimeters. Then you divide again by 100 to make it meters, so it will be 0.78 meters. So now let's arrange them. So if you look at this is 75 meters, 7.6 meters, 0.77 meters, and this is 0.78 meters. So the smallest is this one, 77, and after that is this 0.78. So number 2 is here. Then after that is 7.6, and the largest is this one. So we need to write down answers in the original form. So here it will be 77 centimeters, then 780 millimeters, third is 7.6 meters, then this is 0.075 kilometers. So that's it for this question. So question number 17. Chen is a lorry driver. He earns a bonus if he drives at least 2.8 kilometers per liter of fuel. The figure shows some information about his journey, the last journey. So we have here journey time, and then speed, then amount of fuel used. Work out whether Chen earned a bonus for this journey. Put a tick. So before we put the tick, Chen earns bonus or did not earn bonus, we have to do some calculations. So you can see we are given here distance and speed and time. So we can find out the total distance covered. So he covered distance is speed times time. So speed is 61 and time is 4.5. So when you calculate, it comes out to be 274.5 kilometers. So he covered this much distance, and he used how much fuel? That is, he used fuel of 96 liters. So fuel used is 274.5 divided by 96. So when you divide this, it comes out to be 2.859 liters. So that means this is the range that we are given to us. So yes, he will earn a bonus. Now question number 18. Decide if these statements are true or false. Tick the correct answer. So we have to solve this one by one. 2.3 kilograms, here we have grams. So let's see. So here if we multiply by 1000, so we are going to get here 2 3, then 3 zeros, 1 2 3, 1 decimal place is there. So this is 2300, and this is 23,000 grams. So the question says that this is not equal. So that means this is true. They are not equal. Now we have here 150 milliliters and 0.3. So are they equal? So liter to milliliter. So times 1000. So this will be 3000. 3 times 1000, 3000. There is one decimal place. So it is 300. So 150 ml is less than 300 ml. So this is in ml. So that is also true. And the last one, 5000 millimeters and 5 meters. It says it is greater. So from meter to centimeter. First we are going to convert from meter to centimeter. It is times 100. This is centimeter. Then again times 10 to make it millimeters. So this will become here 5, 1, 2, 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. This is millimeters. So they are equal, but he said it is greater. So that means statement is not true. So we will tick on the false column. Question 19. The diagram shows a trapezium. We have trapezium here. The area of trapezium is given 30 centimeter square. A and B are both whole numbers with A less than B. Work out one possible pair of values for A and B. So we do not know the exact value, and so we have to find out the possible value. So let's see. So we are given area of trapezium. We will write it here. Area of trapezium is given to us 30 centimeter squared, and formula of area of trapezium is half and sum of the parallel sides. So these are the parallel sides because they are 90 here. So which is A plus B times height. Height is 6 equals to 30. So this times this, 2 times 3 gives you 6. So it is A plus B then times 3 equals to 30. So divide by 3, divide by 3, this 3 and 3 is gone. So we have value A plus B is equal to 10. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So now we are looking for the values that of A and B that gives you when you add 10. So there may be many values, like the condition is A should be less than B. So but the sum should be equals to 10. So A plus B should be 10. So that means it may be 1 plus 9 as well as like A is less than. So we can use any value. So it may be 2 plus 8 which is also 10. Then 3 plus 7 which is also 10. And 4 plus 6 which is also 10. Now we cannot take 5 because then A and B will be equal, 5 plus 5. So we can choose any of the values. So we can write down any of the value. Let me choose this one. So A is 2 and B is 8. So these are the pair of values. So that's why the question says work out one possible pair. So we can just write down any one of these. Question number 20. A cinema records the ratio of children to adults in the audiences of two films shown last week, film A and film B. Children and adults. Tick the film that has greater proportion of children in the audience, film A or B. So we can choose for film A, and then we can see for film B. For film A, how many children? There are 11 number of children. We can write down here 11 out of how many? The total is 30. 11 plus 19. Total is 30. So let's just take out the percentage times 100. It will be easy to calculate. So when you calculate this comes out to be 36%. And for film B, so children are 5 out of how many? 5 plus 7 which is 12 and times 100. This will give us the percentage. When you calculate, it comes out to be 41.66. So you can see which one is the greater percentage here. It is for film B. So we can tick the column film B here. Question 21. The diagram shows a star inside a square of side 8 centimeters. The star covers 40% of the area of the square. So we have this square of 8 by 8 centimeter. So area of this square will be 8 centimeters times 8 centimeter, that is 64 centimeter squared, area of this square, and the star covers 40%. So we can find out the area of star. Area of star will be and this is 40% of the area of this square. So 40% of 64, which is 40 over 100 times 64. So this comes out to be 64 times 4 divided by 10, it is 25.6 centimeter squared. Yeah, it is in centimeter. So this is the area of the star. So now the second part, the same star is placed, so that means this area is same as 25.6 here, placed in the rectangle with width of 8 centimeter. Width is also same. The length of the rectangle is 60% longer, so this length is 60% longer than the width. So this length may be like we can write it down because it's 60% more, so here 160% of 8, that will be the length. 160% of 160 times 8 divided by 100, this is 12.8. so length is 12.8 centimeter of this rectangle. So area of this rectangle will be, now area of rectangle is 8 times 12.8 centimeters, so this is 102.4 centimeter squares. Now the question is, calculate the percentage of rectangle that star covers. So this is the area of the rectangle, and the star's area is same as 25.6. So we need to find out the percentage. So percentage of the star, that is the area of the percentage. Area of percentage of the star that covers, it is, star is 25/6, out of total area is 102.4 times 100. So when you calculate this, it is 25.6 times 100 divided by 102.4, so which is 25. So this is 25%. So our answer is 25%. This is a bit tricky question, but go step by step, you will reach to the conclusion. Question number 22. Draw a ring around the largest measurement in this list. So this is centimeter cubes, millimeter cubes, liters and milliliters. So you can see all the units are different here. We can see that centimeter cubes, we can convert in the same, let's say we can make it liters. So this is liters. So when you divide this by 1000, you will get liters, which is 4.2 liters, and this you have to divide it by 1000 first, then again by 1000, because this is millimeter cubes. So this comes out to be 0.054 liters. This is already 45 liters, and milliliter you divide it by 1000, so you will get 52 liters. So you can see which one is greatest from here. The greatest is this one, 52,000 milliliters. Question number 23. Yosef says older people can remember better than younger people. Yosef does an experiment to see if it is true. He shows 80 people 6 numbers and asks them to remember them. he records if they can or cannot. Here are the results. So here is the age, number of people tested, can remember, cannot remember. So tick to show whether it's his evidence, this evidence support what Yusuf says, yes or no. So we need to give reason also for that. So we can find out easily the percentage. It's the easiest way. Those who can remember. So for that it can be here 16 people can remember for the age 11 to 20. Out of how many? 20 times 100. So this comes out to be 80%. And the other one here, it is the age 21 to 30. So this is 14 people can remember out of 20 times 100. So this, when you calculate, it is 70%. And lastly 31 to 40, it is 26 out of 40 times 100. So when you calculate, this comes out to be 65. So you can see as the age is growing, so they can remember, but their power of remember, like, it's going down. So that means his evidence, he said that older people can remember better than younger. So this is not correct. So answer will be no. We will tick no here. So what we can write down in the answer here? We can write down the percentage that can remember is 80%, 70 and 65% for the age 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40 respectively. So it is the statement is not true. So it is, we can conclude that older people, so it is concluded that older people cannot remember as compared to younger. I hope you can bear with my handwriting. Number 24. Cubes with side 3 cm are packed into a larger cuboid box. So these are the cubes. Work out how many cubes fit inside this box. So we have this bigger box and we need to fit these small cubes like here. So we can see along length we have 1.2 meters. So we can because these are in centimeters, so we can times it by 100. So this will be 120 centimeters. So along length, how many cubes can be fitted? Along length we have 120 centimeters this here. So how many these 3 centimeter cubes can be replaced? Divide it by 3. This is 40. So number of cubes. So then along width is 30. So it is 30 centimeter divided by, then you mean that mean these smaller cubes like this here, they can be placed this way and this way. So along width is this side, so divided by 10, it is 3, it is 10. And along height is here 50. So 50 divided by 3, 50 divided by 3, this is something, let me check. 50 divided by 3 is 16.6. So we can take the minimum 16. So what is the total? So along this, how many can be? Total number of cubes can be placed. Total number of cubes that can be placed, like along this, along length. So So how many are they? They are 40. Then along width, mean to say this way, one row of 40, then 40, then 40, like that. So it will be 40 times, then this 10 times, then 16. So total will be 6,400. So number of cubes that can be fitted in that, it is 6,400. Question number 25. The number 12.25 has two square root. Find the both. So we can simply find out the square root. 12.25, which is 3.5. So 3.5 squared is 12.25. So 3.5 is one answer. Also the negative number. This is also 12.25. So answer will be negative 3.5. So that's the last question of this paper. I hope you understood all the questions. If there is anything to ask, you can let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please share with your friends and also subscribe my channel and press the like button also. Thank you so much.